Good morning, Life Church. We continue doing our daily devotions based on a book written by Tim Keller. It is called The Well of Wisdom. And today's reading is coming from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 7 to 8. And in verse 8, be not wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. And we're looking at health living, and this is more to do with faith and dependence on God. And so we are seeing from scriptures that fear the Lord and turn away from evil is just for us having our faith and dependence on God. But with health-wise, this does not mean that we're not going to experience any ill health or any diseases, but it just shows how, as Christians, these scriptures are encouraging us to put our hope and our trust in God, and where we choose to have a right relationship with God, where we choose to seek God and to know God more than we choose to seek our physical health or our mental health. And I think the scriptures are telling us that this will be healing to our own bodies, and this does not mean that we will never experience an illness. I think Job is a good example in this devotion today, where we see Job, who was a righteous man who did everything right before God, and yet he experienced ill health in his life. But the difference that we see with Job is the attitude that he had towards God, his dependence despite his flesh being attacked and experiencing all kinds of ill health. His dependence on God, his faith in his God was something that he had. I think that's the only hope he had. That's the only thing he had. He had to depend on God. He had to seek God more, even as he went through that. And I think that's such a good example for us as Christians, that if we choose to seek God more than our own health, if we choose to put our hope in God for our own health, then God himself will give us the peace and the comfort even as we go through ill health in this time that we have here on earth, or maybe just from your own experiences, your own reflections. You might have realized that you've gone through some difficulties with ill health or mental health, but your dependence on God also changes how we look at these things and how we choose to see God in all this. And also I think it gives me a clear understanding that I cannot separate my physical health from my spiritual health, because I think if my spiritual health is being attended to, then we'll see the reflection even on my physical health. And again, it's worth pointing out that that doesn't mean that I'm not going to experience any ill health, or will never experience anything that can be so painful. But it's how we choose to see God, how we choose to involve God in this. And yeah, so just maybe looking how we see God in prayer, that God will give us much strong base, much strong faith in him, that our spiritual lives will be more stronger than our physical health, and that God himself will protect us from ill health, and he will guide us just to have that realization that He is God who can help us to go through all this as we navigate through life. Amen.